Now, we were talking about the success of the Super Nintendo earlier, but in 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog was released for the SEGA Genesis.
Same
and
year.
that was a huge headache for Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. That was like their arch nemesis.
Well, what's crazy about that, I mean, we touched on it at the top of the show, but that means it blows my mind that the Genesis existed for 2 years without Sonic.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. Like, it's so strange. You would never, like, they're so intertwined with each other.
I mean, gun to your head, you'd say, like, yeah, it was the launch title.
Yeah, it was a
for
launch
sure.
title.
Yeah, it didn't end. It replaced Altered Beast as the pack-in game.
Oh, man.
That's a good thing, because Altered Beast was...
That game is a butt game.
Yeah, true. It's true.
It is.
Sonic the Hedgehog started the mascots with attitude.
Yep. So Sonic Team, the developers that worked on Sonic, were told to create a game with a mascot that could rival Mario. And they thought, they had Alex Kidd, but they thought Alex Kidd was too similar to Mario, so they ended up coming with this blue hedgehog that was really fast.
Get rid of this white man. Bring me a blue animal.
I actually really, again, I was a Genesis kid growing up, so I have very, very fond memories of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, SEGA. Yeah, the music's really,
It's
really
so good.
good.
Like, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, but that music is burned into my brain. So great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually think Sonic gets a bad rap from people, including me. Like, the games maybe didn't necessarily age so well. But what people need to understand is that was so fast.
That was mind-blowingly fast. That game blew my mind back in the day.
Like, that's a big deal. Like, it's easy. Like, it's such a sort of trope to just say, oh, Sonic's fast. Like, it's a meme now, right? How fast is Sonic?
Gotta go fast.
Yeah. But like, those levels would just blaze by, and the loops that you would go through and all that stuff. Like,
It rewarded you for going that quickly too, right? You'd be going so fast you didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it would reward you for going off course, finding secret paths, hitting bumpers that would send you somewhere you didn't
up
expect.
in the sky that you can fly up to.
Yeah, it was great.
There's just never been anything like that. There'd never been anything that felt like that before Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog was it. It was what SEGA had been looking for years during the 8-bit era. SEGA got obliterated by Nintendo, and then they were first to market in the 16-bit era. They had 2 years on Nintendo, but still the Nintendo brand was so strong that people were waiting for the Super Nintendo. But when they had Sonic the Hedgehog, that was it, because at the time the Sega Genesis had 10 times the game library of the Super Nintendo. And from then on, Sega outsold Nintendo for 4 Christmases in a row.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That killer app.
Yeah.
And this year in 1991, I was 6, and I got a Genesis that Christmas. Little Justin got a Sega Genesis because he was already obsessed with video games at that age. And it felt like Sonic felt noticeably like next gen compared to, like, I don't know, like the NES games are great. Like, arguably the NES, like the actual game design in something like Mario 3 is much better than Sonic the Hedgehog. But to see those games side by side, one felt so much newer and brighter and faster. Like, it was something that...
There's a distinct look to Genesis.
Sonic 1 is the first time I can remember a game like kind of blowing my mind. For sure.
And Echo the Dolphin, even though I couldn't get past the first level because of that stupid jump or whatever you're supposed to do.
You mentioned the other mascot games that followed in the wake of Sonic. Yeah, you had Bubsy. What else? There's James Pond, Earthworm Jim, Gex the Gecko, Arrow the Acrobat,
Vector Man,
Rocket Knight. All of these games came in the wake of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Crash later.